Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to do a real quick pre-series announcement video before I actually go ahead and do a video of the series that we are going to do today. I don't know why every time I do these particular intros I have a very confusing title. Well, gist of it is pre-series announcement. That's what we're doing. There actually is not really too much I want to go ahead and discuss. However, there is a really important. Well, the reason why this is a pre-series announcement compared to, let's say, the last time I did one. Well, here's the thing. I did a video, I believe last night or earlier this morning, yesterday or something like that, making a video of the Let's Mostly Play of Evo Pop, part 380. I think it's part 386, 7, 8, and 9. So, yeah. But you'll notice that the first video I did in the series of the session I did last night was all about announcements. Generally, guys, a pre-series announcement only happens if I have if I have maybe two or three announcements that might actually need to take a few minutes to actually get done with. That way, if I do want to try stopping if I want to try stopping the video in a 45-minute time range, I can try to do just that. It's a lot easier whenever you didn't spend most of your time talking, That way you feel like you had a lot more time to get stuff done. I did kind of talk about a decent amount during the last video whenever I did, even before I spun the game wheel. This time, though, guys, there'll be a pre-series announcement. And it shouldn't take that long. There's only really two things I need to real quickly discuss with you guys. Before I even get into those announcements, I need to make a real quick apology to you guys. A lot of the times in these videos, especially like announcement videos or even these pre-series announcement videos, sometimes I'll tell you something that I want to happen, but unfortunately because I didn't get it done in the video after that, it's kind of a lie. There's been several times in videos, guys, where I've said something like, well, let's take the last video for example. During the last video, I said I'd try getting some Hungry Games done. I said I said there'd be a chance of Snake Girl showing up, but it wasn't a guaranteed chance. But nonetheless, I did say that I would try doing Snake Girls that day. I think the only games we did that video, or in the last videos, was set 1 of Evo Pop, or maybe set 1, set 2 of Evo Pop. Maybe like 10-15 minutes of Brew.io, which I said I was going to do a lot of during that video. I said that during the announcement part where I said I'd do a lot of Brew.io. I'm sorry again that I lied about that, guys. Like I said, I don't intentionally mean to lie. I don't like ever being a liar or anything like that. Well, let me go and say this. Whenever I say stuff in videos like that, like with snake rolls during the last video, I say it because that's something that I want to get done. But unfortunately, during the last videos, I was subconsciously kind of wanting to show you guys the games I got on my tablet. Because I did have some new games back then, on there then. And I gotta say, some of them games were actually pretty fun. Although I will admit that video was not nearly as good as some of the other ones we've done. So, yeah. I want to go and say, guys, that I know the last video, or the one I made announcements during the last video, they were kind of a lie. But this video, well, before I even say that, let me go and say this as well. Again, I am terribly, terribly sorry for anybody that wanted me to do Snake Rivals or more Brew.io. Let me go and tell you guys, for y'all that are not big fans of the Let's Mostly Play of Evo Pop series, please, let me ask you this, give them a chance. I know they're not the best videos, but if you really think about it, The only big difference between the Let's Mostly Play Soda.io and Brew.io and the Let's Mostly Play EvoPop is that EvoPop is included as the main game we do in that series in one of them, and EvoPop is completely excluded from the other series. And you could probably tell which one based on, well, the title. Let's Mostly Play EvoPop? We do, well, mainly EvoPop. Let's Mostly Play Soda.io slash Brew.io? We mainly do Soda.io or Brew.io. I know Soda.io has kind of like vanished from that series entirely. I want to do that game, guys, but like I said, the only thing that really motivates me to play the game anymore is doing it for my sweet little son for Alligator. And it's even kind of the same way with Snake Rivals. I still have fun with Snake Rivals off camera, but at the same time, not everything works out the best way that it needs to. Well, I said, I have a lot more fun trying to shine for my sweet little baby boy more than just having fun with other games. In fact, that's why even EvoPop, there's challenges that tell me I have to do a game just for Alligator. I mean, there's a bunch of challenges that involve Toadile Crocodile for Alligator in some way. Where we find like one where it says that the Toadile, or we found a Toadile lying on a route map being very badly injured, and I actually got to save his life, and because of that, he actually rewards me by not forcing me to move backwards. And there's also other ones, like the one that tells me I have to do I do a game just for the Toadile line. So yeah, where he plays an Evo that's his color. So either a blue Evo or a green Evo. Green because of a shiny color. So, yeah. And so on and so forth. Like I said, I like to represent my sweet little son in a lot of games. And it may seem weird why I do that, guys. But if you've watched my PBR videos especially, heck, 9 PBR, watch some of the videos of games where I could get for Alligator in. Like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Or Sun and Moon, and just watch me catch that Totodile, or even just find the Totodile that's in the game. I get so excited over it that I sound like a flippin' animal. I'm serious. In my Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl Let's Play, I sound like a flippin' pig. Please, 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 I want the Totodile. I can't do it now, but if you want a reference, go to my video, go to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and I believe it's part number 8. You'll know which video it is by the little description I put on the side of it. It'll say, we got Totodile in this video. And that's what I do for a lot of the games. I did with Sun and Moon. PBR doesn't, but you guys know I got him in PBR. I mean, it's my Heart Gold and Soul Silver for Alligator. The one that actually really, really cares about me a lot. Actually, guys, that's something funny that happened with well, before I actually transferred the new moves over to my Pokemon, obviously I had to play the game in order to get those moves on my Pokemon, and the same thing for giving Fragger certain things. Like I said in the video where I did PBR, I was trying to give him different items, including the leftovers and the shell bell. That way he could have a way of recovering his health. And that would work fine, but the Mystic Water helps him give that little extra boost that protects him from getting poisoned. There's certain Pokemon like Cascoon and Silcoon that if you don't kill them in one hit, they'll sometimes use Poison Sting, and Poison Sting has a high chance of poisoning you. So, yeah. I need that little extra boost that Fragger gets to his water moves can save his life. And it ain't just for that circumstance. Think about other Pokemon like, let's say, Riolu. What if a Riolu tried to use Force Palm on him and paralyze him? Fragger's good about one shot in that Pokemon. It's just about making sure he's safe and happy. I'm going to let you know, guys, if today's videos work out the way I want them to, there will be another PBR video. But instead of going in order, it may be another Fragger Pass video, because I honestly feel terrible for what happened the last time we played with him. Getting screwed over in the very beginning by having things like solar beam, having things like him getting burned, paralyzed, poisoned. Or like it says in the first video of PBR that I put up yesterday/2 days ago, like it says there, the game was trying to hurt my son for alligator. And I feel bad for him. So I want to give him a little bit of a chance to actually shine. I want to go ahead and let you know also, guys, that I think the next video of the game might be a tiny bit different. Instead of restarting, well, unless Fragger gets hurt, instead of restarting like I normally do, I think I want to keep going higher and higher and higher in rank. I'm not guaranteeing this is going to happen, but I might try doing a different method where I'll try to keep getting higher in rank to the point where we get to like rank 5, maybe rank 6, and we'll see how often Fragger gets attention. This is kind of an experiment where Fragger should hopefully get a lot of attention in the beginning, but then barely get anything near the end. Let me go and say this, guys. You may think the reason I don't give Fragger attention later on in the Coliseums is because he's not strong enough to take care of a Pokemon. But that's where you guys would be wrong. Let me go and say this for Alligator. You guys are not for Alligator. The computer is not for Alligator. But let me go and say this, guys. The reason I don't put Fragger in those situations is because of what I always say during these videos. I want to keep both for Alligator safe and happy. And while he can do massive damage, well, let me go ahead and give you an example. There's certain Pokemon, like Alakazam, that we run into later in the Coliseums. And, you may think, okay, that's not that big of a deal because of the fact that Fragger's got Crunch. You can easily take care of that, right? Well, yes, while you guys are right, remember something. Alakazam is a strong, special type Pokemon, or one that mainly focuses on special type attacks. And so, like I've been telling you guys, the only bad things about my Feraligatr and Heart Gold and Soul Silver and PBR is his bad special attack, which we can completely negate because I don't teach him any special moves. His attack is where it's at, so I got him all attacking moves. But the biggest problem I have with him is just his special defense. His special defense is higher than his special attack, which is pretty cool. However, it still ain't strong enough to be able to take enough hits. Unless they get a crit, most of the time he can take one hit from a special type attack. But that special attack, no matter whether it's super effective or not, will most of the time do massive damage to his health. And the thing is, later on in the Coliseums, like I said, you run to Alakazam, and since he's more of a special type Pokemon, a lot of the Alakazams that we run into will either have Psychic, which will do massive damage, or in other scenarios, and I've actually seen this happen, I think I caught it in one of my way older videos of PBR on YouTube, a Pokemon will pull out Energy Ball. A special type attacking grass move. Well, based on that, guys, again, let me go and say, I don't keep Fragger out of there because I don't think he can handle it. I keep him out of there so I can keep him safe, happy, and having fun. I've had guilty moments in the entire series where I think about all the terrible decisions I have made. Heck, I still make those terrible decisions now. But compared to how I used to do them, not nearly as bad. Hold on a second. That's the computer battery telling me to plug the computer in. There we go. Let me go and continue what I was saying. You may think that, well, let me go and say, stupid computer battery actually made me forget what I was saying. Well, let me go and say this, guy. Here's what I was trying to say. I've had moments in PBR where I've been completely just, duh. stupid or crazy for making the decision I make. And obviously, those decisions usually involving around putting Frogger in a dangerous spot. In fact, a fun little fact to you guys, you may notice this in my way early reviews of PBR. You may notice that back in the day, I didn't really give a care whether Frogger was safe or not. Well, I didn't say I didn't care, but I was more lenient on whether he got knocked out or not in a Pokemon battle. To the point where, like, if he did a good job but then got knocked out, I would say, "Aw, it's okay, Frogger. You tried your best, darling." And back then, guys, I was mainly craving for his attention, not for his safety. Nowadays, guys, well, let me go and say, that's the biggest reason you guys don't see me put him into harder Pokemon battles. And that includes battles with legendaries or anything of the sort. That's why I'm scared of certain Pokemon like Machoke. Because Machoke is one of those Pokemon in the early part of the game that can do massive damage back to him. And it legitimately sucks. It ain't the fact that he, let me go and say this, guys. It ain't the fact that he's not strong, because trust me, to me, he's as strong as a legendary and could basically be considered a legendary on my team. He could basically be considered the third legendary on my team. That's how strong I think he is to me. But, again, guys, remember, I don't think about just giving him attention anymore. I think about giving him attention, but at the same time, with safety precautions in mind. I still make stupid decisions sometimes, but generally, if something looks rough, I keep him the frick out of the battle. And that's the thing about it. The reason I don't put him in those battles is because I think about his safety first. Safety comes before attention for me now, when it comes to him. That's why in some way it may seem like whenever I tell Frogger to come back, it may not seem like I care about my other Pokemon. But in reality, guys, do you think I feel good when I see a Pokemon like, let's say, Nidoking go down? Do you think I feel good when I see him get burned? No. I may not say too much about it, but does that mean it's not hurting my feelings? Oh, trust me, guys, it hurts my feelings to see any of my Pokemon get hurt. It's just, you guys know my connection with Feraligatr. I don't want to lose that connection with him. Me and him are like the best of friends, and I could count on him in any scenario where I really need help. In fact, I could probably count on him to be a bodyguard for me, knowing how he's so friendly that he could become basically just a bodyguard for me. Or he'd just be a bodyguard for me. I honestly wouldn't be shocked that in real life, if he liked me as much as he shows in the video games, he would jump out of his Pokeball at the most random of times when I'm getting something like bullied, and then just demand the bully to leave, or or hurting him super badly. That's how much I think that Frogger loves me. And it almost gets confirmed in the games too. Because in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where I consider to have the most friendliest Frogger of all of them, well, let me go and say, every Frogger I've ever had has been friendly to me. Every Frogger has fallen in love with me and has been my best Pokemon friend. Always loving me, always caring for me, and just being happy, and all the sort. But the Frogger in Heart Gold and Soul Silver basically is on the same level of me in terms of how much he loves me. Because you guys know that during the videos, I'll always say something like, Sweetie Pie, Darling, my little honeysuckle, hun, sweetheart, darling, my baby boy, different things like that. I'll call him every good name under the sun. I used to hate calling him honey. Now I almost embrace it. So, yeah, that's how much mine and Frogger's relationship has really grown. I'm going to say that we'd, have some kind of weird wedding or anything. but me and him love each other as friends and as partners. And I love him as my little son that I love to take care of. So, yeah. Let me go and say, guys, I just don't want any of my Pokemon to get hurt. That's the main gist of what I'm trying to say here. The reason I don't put them in the harder battles is because I care about his safety first. Safety comes before attention. That's my motto basically with him. Safety before attention. If I can keep him safe and give him attention at the same time, that's the perfect combo. That's the one that I love. And let me go ahead and say, to finish off this announcement, guys, I want to go and say this. I was just talking about how I think that Fragger loves the snot out of me the same way I love him. What you guys don't see off camera is that whenever I play Heart Gold and Soul Silver again, he's always cuddling up to me. He's staring at me adoringly. He's giving me sunny looks. He's smiling at me constantly. He's feeling great about walking with me. And, more recently, something I've never seen him do before, he has started blushing when being around me. It might sound weird, but I legitimately got in-game text that had a heart up here above his head, and the game said that his cheeks were becoming rosy. I never really understood what that thing meant, but according to what my mom said, it just means that he's, I guess, blushing. It's gotten to the point where Fragger likes me so much that he just blushes being around me now. Like, seriously, you think me being nice to Fragger is not justified? Oh, trust me, it is. He shows me the exact same love now as I have been showing him for years. And mine and his relationship has really been great. And I want to keep it that way. That's again why I don't let him get hurt in any game I try to do. And I feel bad if he does. Even if I restarted the game and kept it from really happening. Do you think I still feel good about that? No, because I know it still happened. Fragger may not remember, but I sure as heck do. And trust me, that haunts me. That seriously does haunt me. I mean, dear me, I've had dreams about Fragger going down. Why do you think Lady Ann's a big enemy to me? Because he killed my baby boy in that dream I told you guys about, where he used Comet Punch 4 times and then killed him. So, yeah. Like I said, mine and his relationship are so good and I do not want to lose that relationship. I want to keep that. I might even do another project of Heart Gold and Soul Silver again, but do Heart Gold this time instead of Soul Silver, because I am not deleting that save file in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I am not deleting it. I want to keep my best Feraligatr friend with me forever. I want to continuously be my friend. So I am not deleting the game. Not doing it. Not deleting the save file, I mean. I'm not doing that. But that wasn't really the main announcement I need to go ahead and make, guys. It started taking me 20 minutes. I'm going to get through the main announcements I want to go ahead and say real quickly. There was only going to be 2 announcements, but I did not expect to go on that big rant about my Pokemon babies. But you guys know how much I love him, so you can't blame me, can you? I mean, seriously, look at his adorable little face. I know there ain't no picture of his face on the screen, but it's what I was saying in the games. Look at that gorgeous little face he has. I mean, especially in PBR, look at how much he just smiles, and it's so cute. I've always said that his smile is so bright that it could light up a room. His smile is so bright, it could probably make the Courtyard Coliseum look like it's in the daytime. That's how bright his smile is to me. And seriously, how can you guys not say no to that cute little face of his? Especially knowing how friendly he actually is towards me. Like, I'm sorry guys, I want to stop doing that now. Let me go and get to the actual main announcements. Number 1, I want to go and tell you guys that the Storm mode is actually coming up tomorrow. It ain't that big of announcements, but I want to go and let you know, guys, that today's video will be more about doing a Let's Mostly Play a Let's Mostly Play a Vivipop, and then tomorrow, and I will also try, like I said, I'll be trying to get a Pokemon done video maybe as well later on. And tomorrow, I'm going to try to do the storm mode a lot more. So there may not be a Pokemon video tomorrow, but we're trying to do this a lot more with the storm mode and try to have fun with it. The only problem I have with the storm mode is that it's gotten almost too repetitive at this point. I'm surprised I haven't got completely bored with Castle Crush on how much I've actually played it. The one thing about the storm mode that's really got a redeemed quality though is I can make troops that I can usually never make bigger. So ones like the skeleton, I can't always make them bigger, but it's better than what usually happens, and it gets helped by the fact that you can use giant growth on them and all that as well. So yeah, storm mode's coming up tomorrow, and along with that, guys, this is a little bit more of an important announcement, and this is actually about the challenge wheel. If you guys remember my challenge wheel, there's actually one particular challenge on there that stands out. Well, there's actually a good bit of challenge on there that you could say stands out, but there's one challenge that doesn't involve you doing anything in Evopop at all. Actually, it makes you lose Evopop. Excuse me, by the way. There's a challenge on the challenge wheel that states that my mother told me to put up the dishes, or my mother asked me to put up the dishes, but unfortunately I didn't do it. And 2 hours has passed since she has asked me to do it. She gets fed up with me and then grounds me from being able to play Evopop. And for the rest of the video, I have to find another game other than Evopop to fill in for it. There was a video I did like a month or two ago or whatever, where I actually did set 1 of Evopop and land on that challenge, like in set 1 round 2 or set 1 round 3. And after that time, I just told you guys that I would eventually create myself a challenge that just has that challenge getting started. And guys, I finally did that. This time, guys, we have one safety net to prevent us from landing on that challenge immediately. I created another challenge that's very similar to it, but all it says is, my mother told me to put up the dishes, and then you better do it or she might ground you. And basically the wheel goes on to say that when you land on that challenge, the only challenge of it is that now you have a chance of having to, you could actually get grounded and lose Evopop for the rest of the video. We have one safety net to catch us, but that's it. Once we land on that challenge, we gotta deactivate that one, and then activate the one where my mother actually does ground me. So, yeah. It's not really... Well, let me go and tell you that it's just a real quick safety net that we actually have. And hopefully that means we could do more than just one set of Evopop and not run into a big issue. There was some else I think with the challenge board that I needed to go ahead and discuss. However, I actually did forget what it actually was. If I remember it, guys, I'll talk about it maybe when we do the next video. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I'll see you all in a few minutes whenever I actually do the series. So, until next time, everyone, I want you guys to be the very best, like no one ever was, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day/night, and I'll see you in a few minutes for another one. Bye-bye, everyone.